So hi guys and welcome back to the part 26 of my F1 Manager Creator Team Career Mode. And Lewis Hamilton has lost. Well, I never thought that you could lose rating, performance. That's an amazing thing. So we are going to upgrade our race simulator so that he does not lose more rating is, and we are going to give him some upgrades because of that. So let's see. Front wing doesn't look good, so we are going for the chassis. So we are going to give 100% of the time we have to the chassis, because if you can see guys, we only have 1.4 million remaining, and after every race we lose at least 100 grand if everything goes according to us. So let's just do the race targets and
Welcome
go into the
everyone,
qualifying.
qualifying for the sprint awaits us, and we're raring to get going.
So obviously it's a SQ1 because we are in the sprint race here. So let's go into the sprint qualifying one. And we are sending both of our drivers out again. Obviously guys, we have side port upgrades for this race, so it might be a good race for us. So everyone is out here. Obviously you have to use your medium tires here. So let's see, starting our first lap, the first fast lap here for this race. So let's see, for the first sector here, Hulkenberg, who is obviously in front, has a green sector, but obviously it doesn't matter. But look at that guys, every single driver is out here trying to do a fast lap. So let's see. But look at that guys, Charles Leclerc, Piastri, Norris, the big hitters obviously are still on their out lap, so they might, I think, get hindered, because everyone else, when these guys will be doing their fast laps, everyone else will be doing their slow laps. But that doesn't matter to us, because look at that guys, at the end of SQ1 we are into SQ2 obviously, and we made a mistake guys here. Hulkenberg, at the last moment, Hulkenberg was kicked out of SQ1. That's not a good sign for us, but guys, let's just go into SQ2 because we can still secure some good position here with Hamilton. And look at that guys, everyone else, every 15 of the drivers are out here. Obviously everyone want to do at least 2 laps here. So we have started our first lap into SQ2. Everyone else is also trying to do their fast laps here, but we will be the first one to do our fast lap. We are going to be the first one to complete our fast lap, and that might actually be a little bad for us, because I think guys, obviously you get better rubber, better grip after everyone else has done their lap, but that we will worry about that later. So the first 2 green sectors, obviously Hamilton had a purple sector which was taken by one of the big hitters because they have also started their lap. So rounding out the last corner here, and it's a 1:29.4, and with 1 minute remaining we are starting a second lap with Hamilton, who is 1.8 seconds behind Verstappen, and Verstappen and Alonso haven't gone out, so they have completed their lap. Sainz has completed his session in P7 with the 2 green sectors. Can we get enough to get into SQ3? And Hamilton has gone to P8, and yes, we are into SQ3. So that's a good sign for us. So let's just see. We had a little bit of a better setup than we wanted. So let's just go into SQ3, and we are going to wait this time. Obviously, going at the end of the session is the best time. So with almost 2.5 minutes remaining, we are sending Hamilton out now. Obviously, most of these guys have done their lap, or most of them are on their lap. So let's see. On the first sector here, Alonso obviously has put a 27.3, but our main objective is to get near Sainz, because Mercedes is the car we are fighting right now. So first green sector, And Piastri is in P7, so that's not a good time here, Alonso. And Charles Leclerc, Bottas and Tsunoda are not going out again, but I think Sainz is. So let's see Hamilton in the last back straight here with the DRS open into the hairpin. Sainz has put it to P4. We might not be able to do that, and we are in P6, only a tenth behind. And look at that, guys, 400s of a gap with Bottas and Sainz. So let's
We're
just
back,
go
and the
into
action
the
is
sprint
set
race.
to get even better today as the drivers go racing in the sprint.
The prospect of bagging a few extra points is certainly going to spur these teams on to fight competitively and finish in the top spots.
But who will be victorious in the Miami sprint? We'll soon find out.
So into the sprint race, obviously Hülkenberg will be starting P17 and Hamilton will be starting P7. So not at all a little bit of a challenging race, but it will be for Hülkenberg. So guys, let's see.
And here in Miami, it's time for the sprint. And it's lights out, and away we go.
So Hamilton starting P7, Hülkenberg starting P17, and Alonso is in P1 fighting Max Verstappen, and Alonso has, well, stayed put in P1. So we are just pushing a little extra on the soft tires. Obviously Tsunoda and Hamilton going Tsunoda and Sainz going side by side, and from the inside Tsunoda has overtaken Sainz, and we are in P7, have maintained our position. Hülkenberg is in P15 in front of these guys. He has overtaken Ricciardo and Russell, and we have a
Right,
crash.
here's the action at turn 10.
What happened
lot of
here? I
wiggle
don't
room
know.
here.
Let's see. And I think that
the
was
cars
Ricciardo.
there,
He
unable
he
to keep out
broke.
of each other's way.
He broke a little too extra there, locked up, a really big locked up, and because of that,
yes,
we have so
yes,
much
we have.
damage, and
We've
we
had
have a
crash.
major
What happened
gearbox
there?
damage.
Let's see what happened.
And again, let's see.
Let's
It was
watch these
Daniel
cars as
Ricciardo.
they head into turn 10.
I
Tries
don't
to
know
get
what
by.
happened here. He locked up, just went straight into Hülkenberg. Obviously, I don't know what anyone could have done here. Look at that guy. Chassis, front wing, rear wing, and the suspension. All of them are damaged. And look at that, guys. We do not even have a tire, extra tire here. So, I think, guys, it's a good thing that we retire him. Hülkenberg's retirement is a better point, because obviously, guys, there is no point continuing and ruining the other parts. Obviously, we want to not waste money here, and if we continue with we would have continued with Hülkenberg, that would have been detrimental to his whole car. So that's why we did not. Well, we decided that we will not continue with Hülkenberg. So guys, let's just see. Hamilton has overtaken Sainz there. Obviously, we have still a lot to play in this race,
Right then,
because
we can take a
Alonso
look
and
now.
Verstappen might
Now, this
have
happened as
something,
they arrived at
well,
turn
might have some
12.
kind of problem. We
The
don't know.
opportunity
So we are
begging
going
to
to
be
see here. Lewis Hamilton into the braking has
Lewis.
easily overtaken, well, Sainz here in his old team of old team of Mercedes. So lap 7, Hamilton is in P7 and Sainz is in P10. Obviously, we have really big hitters behind us, and Albon has overtaken us. Obviously,
Now, Alex
Ferrari
Albon
is
is part
still
of this.
much better car
There's
than
the opening.
Hamilton's Haas or Mercedes, so he can easily overtake us. But look at that, guys. Piastri, who is on mediums, might also try to do something
And
here.
Alex
Obviously, I think mediums might have been a better tire for us to use, but that doesn't matter at this point, guys. And with DRS open, Hamilton into the inside for the hairpin has overtaken Albon, but Albon again will get the DRS here. So let's see. Hamilton defends, but Albon has overtaken. Obviously, that's not something new. Albon has a much better car, and look at that, guys. Lap 8, Piastri also overtakes Hamilton on the same place. Albon overtook us, but obviously Albon has already broken DRS, and Piastri also tried
understand
to
it, George Russell's
break the
involved.
DRS to us, but we get DRS. But again we have a yellow flag. Let's see. And this time it's the other Williams of George Russell. So let's see. And I did not see any crash there, but I guess they had some crash.
Watching on in the garage.
And even the team looks really, well, mortified here. But with 6 laps remaining, we are in P10. Sainz is in we are in P9. Sainz is in P10. So I don't think we can do something here. But look at that, guys. Fernando Alonso is in P1. Verstappen is in P2. Charles Leclerc is in P3. So that's an amazing race. And Max Verstappen and Alonso going sideways. Well, they went side by side for the first sector. And Max Verstappen has overtaken Fernando Alonso. But Fernando Alonso will get DRS here. And because of that, he is just there. But Charles Leclerc has tried to overtake Alonso here. And he has. Charles Leclerc on the last lap has overtaken Fernando Alonso. He has much better tire than Max Verstappen. So can Charles Leclerc overtake Max Verstappen here? Let's see. Through the last of the corners, and no. Max Verstappen has won the Miami sprint race. Max Verstappen, that was an amazing defending drive after the overtake on Alonso, and we are fighting with Hamilton. And we have maintained our position in P9. Sainz 700s. He was just 700s in front of us. Behind us. That was an amazing race. Guys, let's just go into qualifying.
Qualifying is coming up, and the drivers will be ready and raring to go.
The Miami International Autodrome has some lovely long straights, but a driver still needs to have total trust in their car setup to get a fast qualifying lap. Turns 14 and 15 in particular are the ones that catch the drivers out in qualifying.
There, of course, we've got Nico Hülkenberg. How do you think he's faring heading into qualifying?
Well, neither teammate has really managed to score well so far. Perhaps picking up a few points this weekend would spur on a bit of healthy rivalry.
You're going to want to join us for this, folks, so fasten your seatbelts.
So into the qualifying, obviously we will have to change some parts here, and we have already changed all these parts. But the big problem for us will be that the gearbox and the other engine we have damaged. We have to continue with that, because obviously, guys, there is no point using another one. If Hülkenberg has a little less space than Hamilton, we will be content with that, because obviously Hülkenberg's race targets isn't that big. So let's see. Q1 here, starting their first lap. Can Hamilton or can Hülkenberg out-qualify Hamilton, which might sound a little crazy, but Hülkenberg has done it. He has out-qualified Hamilton a little, I think 2 times already. So it's going to be a really good lap. But let's see. Hamilton already with the 2 purple sectors, and Hülkenberg hasn't been able to overtake Hamilton there. So on the back straight, Hamilton is in front, Hülkenberg behind him. So rounding out the final corner, Hamilton is in P1 with a 28.4, and Hülkenberg 4.5 tenths slower. But we are still into Q2 with Hamilton in P9 and Hülkenberg in P12. So let's just go into Q2, and for the first lap into Q2, let's see. Rounding out the final corner here, and Hamilton a tenth, only almost 2 tenths faster than Hülkenberg. So guys, that's what I'm saying. Even though Hülkenberg is not on the best engine wear here, he can still do it. But let's see, 30 seconds remaining. They are again have gone out, because look at that, guys. Hamilton is in P9 and Hülkenberg is in P12. And first sector, Hülkenberg hasn't improved. So that might be a little tough to get some good time here. But second sector, Hülkenberg has improved. Again, first sector, Hamilton hasn't improved. So let's see, second sector, Hamilton hasn't improved. So will both of our drivers will be out of this session here? Let's see. Norris goes and Hamilton is also out. Hulkenberg is in P12 also out. Let's see. Hamilton has not improved, so both our drivers are again. Even after the side points upgrade we brought in this race weren't enough to put us into Q3. But obviously, guys, it's sometimes the luck of the draw. And look at that, Charles Leclerc is on pole with Max Verstappen P2 and Fernando Alonso in P3. So, guys, let's just go.
We're almost ready to go here in Florida as we look forward to 57 laps of F1 racing.
The Miami Grand Prix arrived onto the calendar in 2022 with much fanfare, and F1 history is still very much being written here. Drivers have to take chances around the street circuit and hope those chances turn into victory.
Miami has long, tight, straight sections that need as much driver confidence and precision as a corner, as well as 3 hard braking zones. The chicane through turns 14 to 15 is particularly likely to catch drivers out and throw them into a wall. The excitement is building, there's electricity in the air, but there's no surprise in that. It's race day.
So into the race, it's going to be a cloudy race, so no rain expected. So let's go into the grid formation.
The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement. Now it'll be interesting to see what the Alpine can achieve here.
While I imagine many are looking at the other end of the grid, I'm keen to see what they can achieve from P19.
But remember, anything can happen in Formula One. Here we go with the Miami Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
So Hamilton starts P11, Hulkenberg in P12, Max Verstappen P2 trying to overtake Charles Leclerc, but Charles Leclerc will not let him by. Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen fighting, but Charles Leclerc has maintained his position and Piastri has overtaken Tsunoda too. And it's a good news for us because, guys, we want to fight the Aston Martins and the Mercedes, but we are right now obviously stuck behind the Saubers of Porsche and Gasly, but we will try to overtake them. Obviously, I did not want to push these tires at the start, but we will have to push these tires a little extra to get in front of these guys. Obviously, guys, the first lap is the lap the AI pushes a lot, so if we can maintain a position in the first lap without pushing too much, after that it's a race for us. So lap 2 here, Hamilton, we pushed Hamilton, but look at that, his tires have gone to 120 degrees. Well, 120 degrees Celsius. So let's go and bring those temperatures back in. Hulkenberg is obviously in P11 with the DRS. He has overtaken Sainz, and Hamilton also tries to overtake Gasly but wasn't fast enough to do that. But he will again get DRS on this lap here. But rather than getting any overtake done, Gasly is trying to overtake Sainz here, and Hulkenberg is just behind Porsche. So let's see on the back straight here, Porsche has again broken DRS to Hulkenberg, but Hulkenberg does not have to push hard to get back into the DRS. So this will take a little bit of a lap or two. And now look at that, guys, lap 5, Porsche has been caught and Hulkenberg has overtaken. Well, Porsche is obviously not that fast car. Hamilton is in P13 still, but the good news is they are still in the reaching distance to each other, so it's not going to hurt too much. And look at that around the outside. That was an amazing overtake from Hulkenberg. Obviously, it's an amazing race. And if you guys remember, season 1, Albon was taken out by Hulkenberg. So it's a really weird here. But look at that. We have a yellow flag here. And it's for Alexander Albon. He had a crash. And he was, touched by the Aston Martin. I think that must be Tsunoda. Obviously, he went almost straight into the tire of Sainz there, Albon there, but let's see. There is no safety car, anything, but Sonoda has lost 4 seconds to these people, and because of that, Hulkenberg is only 1.2 seconds behind Sonoda. So let's push Hulkenberg, and look at that. After pushing Hulkenberg a little extra here, he is almost into the DRS, but Sonoda has also pushed and gotten into the DRS, and Hulkenberg is now will try to overtake Sonoda here. Let's see. Again with Albon DRS on the start finish straight into the braking for turn 1. He has overtaken. Hulkenberg has overtaken Sonoda, but Hamilton, who is 2.6 seconds behind, can he catch up to Sonoda? That's the question. Obviously, look at that guy. Sainz and Marty obviously have a little less space here. So, lap 16, we are bringing Hulkenberg in. Obviously, he had soft tires on, so we have to use those softs a little extra because he wasn't able to get into Q3, so he has 2 sets of soft tires, so we can use those sets a little better in the race. And Hamilton, obviously, who went into Q2, we have to push him on the medium tires. So 4 laps later, lap 20, Hamilton is also into the pits, but Hamilton will be going on to the soft tires. So P10 for Hulkenberg, P11 for Hamilton, but obviously Sainz has not pit, so it will take, we will go back to the P9 and P10 for us. So lap 26, Lando Norris has not pit. I don't know what he is thinking. He is only a second behind, and second in front of Max Verstappen. So if he pit now, he will, I think, come out just near Leclerc and Albon. So it's a really weird strategy from the McLaren garage. And look at that, guys. After pitting, Norris has overtaken many of these guys and is now in P4. And we are in P9 and P10 because Sainz has pit. But Sainz with the cleaner air is just behind us. And we are going to fight here because Hamilton, obviously on soft tires, has overtaken Hulkenberg. So let's see. We can push a little less here because obviously we do not have to worry about people behind us and we have to go on another set. So we are just saving the fuel and saving the ERS for the later stages of the race. And because of that, guys, I'm not letting them push and they overtake each other without any pushing. But the problem here is we are just trying to see if their fighting ruins anything, and it did. So we have to lap 38 bring Hamilton in or from his soft tires. Obviously Hulkenberg is still on his medium tires, we will worry about that later. And we have come out in front of Hamilton. Obviously I don't know, guys, why Russell decided to go to Williams and why Mercedes went on to deciding that Pepe Marti was a better choice than George Russell. So lap 41, Hulkenberg has gone on to the new tires of softs with 2.7 seconds of a pit stops, and he comes out in front of George Russell. But George Russell's Williams had a good pace at the start of the season. Obviously they are losing a little bit now in the development war with us. So let's see. Max Verstappen is in P1, Lando Norris is in P2, and Alonso is in P3. Is Lando Norris trying to do a one stop in the Miami GP? Which might be a little crazy to do. Obviously it's because everyone else is also doing a two stop. Piastri, I think, is obviously trying to do a two-stop race. So I think it's just Lando Norris. So it's a really weird race. And look at that guy. Hulkenberg is in P12 behind Sainz and Marty. But Hamilton is 11 seconds in front of these two. But obviously Hulkenberg still has soft tires, so he will be able to make quick work of these guys. And look at that, guys. Pepe Marti has not pit, so he will come out behind us a lot. And using every part of the car, we have overtaken Sainz there. So let's just push a little extra to get out of the DRS of these guys. So last lap here, Max Verstappen is in P1, Fernando Alonso is in P2 with a 4 seconds gap, Piastri is in P3. Lando Norris only 2 turns behind Piastri there, and Hamilton is in P9, 6 seconds in front of Sainz. Hulkenberg has lost a little bit, obviously. Hulkenberg did not have that good of a car here, obviously, after the damage we receive on those engines. We have to use the wear down engine. So let's see. Skipping the race, and Max Verstappen has won the Miami GP.
Max Verstappen.
Alonso
over the
comes in
finish line,
P2, and look at that, guys,
today's winner.
fight for the third position here, and Lando Norris is in front, but Piastri has overtaken and has gone to P3. Lando Norris in P4. Charles Leclerc will be ending his race in P5, and Hamilton will be comfortably in P9. Sainz is in P10, so that's an amazing race for us. Even though Hulkenberg wasn't able to score points here, it's still a good race.
Verstappen fans will be
So guys, let's
celebrating
just go
Verstappen's
into the
achievement.
podium celebrations.
4 superb wins to their name now this year, and it's been a pleasure watching them drive.
Now, Karun, I'd be really keen to know, how do you think the Haas team will be reflecting on today's result?
They didn't do too badly today. A pretty respectable outcome as far as they'll be concerned.
So,
But they need to keep pushing.
amazing
They
race.
can't afford to sit
Obviously,
back.
Charles Leclerc was in P1, but ended his race in P5. We ended in P9 and P12. And look at that, guys. Scoring 2 points. Hamilton has, well, scored more points than Mercedes. So we have again chipped out a little extra, and we only scored 1 or 2 points. So 2 points lead is a good amount of lead we have on these guys. And again, we have lost some money here. So guys, if you're enjoying these videos, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you for the next one.